Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read 2 Chronicles 31 to 36, Proverbs 3, and Psalm 8. Let's get started. And when all this was finished, all Israel who were present went out to the cities of Judah and broke in pieces the pillars and cut down the Asherim and broke down the high places and the altars throughout all Judah and Benjamin and in Ephraim and Manasseh until they had destroyed them all. Then all the people of Israel returned to their cities, every man to his possession. And Hezekiah appointed the divisions of the priests and of the Levites, division by division, each according to his size. Priests and the Levites for burnt offerings and peace offerings, to minister in the gates of the camp of the Lord, and to give thanks and praise. And the contribution of the king from his own possessions was for the burnt offerings of the morning and evening, and the burnt offerings for the Sabbath, the new moon, and the appointed feast, as is written in the law of the Lord. And he commanded the people who lived in Jerusalem to give the portion due to the priests and the Levites, that they might give themselves to the Lord. As soon as the command was spread abroad, the people of Israel gave in abundance and the first fruits of grain, wine, oil, honey, and of all the produce of the field. And they brought it abundantly, and the tithe of everything. And the people of Israel and Judah who lived in the cities of Judah, and she brought in the tithe of cattle and sheep, and the tithe of the dedicated things that had been dedicated to the Lord their God, and laid them in heaps. In the 3rd month they began to pile up the heaps, and finished them in the 7th month. And Hezekiah and the princes came and saw the heaps. They blessed the Lord and his people Israel. And Hezekiah questioned the priests and the Levites about the heaps. Zariah the chief priest, who was of the house of Zadok, answered him, since they began to bring the contributions into the house of the Lord, we've eaten and had enough and have plenty left. The Lord has blessed his people, so that we have this large amount left. And Hezekiah commanded them to prepare chambers in the house of the Lord. And they prepared them, and they faithfully brought in the contributions, the tithes, and the dedicated things. And the chief officer in charge of them was Hananiah the Levite, and with Shimei his brother as second, while Jehiel, Azaziah, Nahath, Asahel, Jeremoth, Jozabad, Eliel, Ismachiah, Mahath, and Benaiah were overseers assisting Hananiah and Shimei his brother. At the appointment of Hezekiah the king, Zariah the chief officer of the house of God, and Korah the son of Abinah, Levi, capable the Eastgate, was over the free will offerings to God, to apportion the contributions for the Lord, and the most holy offerings. Edom, Miniamin, Jeshua, Shemaiah, and Merritt, and Shechaniah were faithfully assisting him in the cities of the priests, to distribute the portions to their brothers, holding them by the divisions, except those enrolled by genealogy, males from 3 years old and upward, all who entered the house of the Lord as the duty of each day required, and their service according to their offices by their division. The enrollment of the priests was according to their fathers' houses, and of the Levites from 20 years old, and our employment was according to their offices by their division. They were enrolled with all of the little children, their wives, their sons, and their daughters, the whole assembly, for they were faithful in keeping themselves holy. And for the sons of Aaron, the priests who were in the fields of the common land belonging to their city, they were men in several cities who were designated by name to distribute portions to every male among the priests, and to everyone among the Levites who was enrolled. Thus Hezekiah did throughout all Judah, and Judah was given right and faithful before the Lord his God. And every word that he undertook in the service of the house of God, and in accordance with the law and the commandments, seeing his God, he did with all his heart, and prospered. And after these things and these acts of faithfulness, Sennacherib king of Syria came in and invaded Judah, and encamped against the fortified cities, thinking to win them for himself. Now when Hezekiah saw that Sennacherib had come and intended to fight against Jerusalem, he planned with his officers and his mighty men to stop the water of the springs that were outside the city, and they helped him. A great many people were gathered, and they stopped all the springs and the brook that flowed through the land, saying, why should the kings of Assyria come and find much water? He set to work resolutely and built up all the wall that was broken down, and raised towers upon it, and outside it he built another wall. And he strengthened the miller in the city of David. He also made weapons and shields in abundance, and he set combat commanders over the people and gathered them together to him in the square at the gate of the city, and spoke encouragingly to them, saying, be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or dismayed before the king of Syria, and all the horde that is with him, for they are more with us than with him. And with him is an arm of flesh, but with us is the Lord our God, to help us and to fight our battles. And the people took confidence from the words of Hezekiah king of Judah. After this, Sennacherib king of Syria, who was besieging Lachish with all his forces, sent his servants to Jerusalem to Hezekiah king of Judah and to all the people of Judah who were in Jerusalem, saying, Thus says Sennacherib the king of Syria, On what are you trusting that you endure the siege in Jerusalem? Is not Hezekiah misleading you, that he may give you over to die by famine and by thirst? That when he tells you, The Lord our God will deliver us from the hand of the king of Syria. Has not the same Hezekiah taken away his high places and his altars and commanded Judah and Jerusalem? Before one altar you shall worship, and on it you shall burn your sacrifices. Do you not know that what I and my fathers have done to all the peoples of the land? When the gods of the nations of those lands are all able to deliver their land out of my hand, who among all his people from my land, then God shall be able to deliver you from my hand. Now therefore do not let Hezekiah deceive you or mislead you in this fashion, and do not believe him, for no god of any nation or kingdom has been able to deliver his people from my hand, or from the hand of my father. How much less will God deliver you out of my hand? And so says Solomon against the Lord God and against the servant Hezekiah. And he wrote letters to cast contempt on the Lord, and God of Israel, and to speak against him, saying, Like the gods of the nations of the land, who will not deliver their people from my hand, so the God of Hezekiah will not deliver his people from my hand. And he shouted it with a loud voice in the language of Jew to the people of Jerusalem who were on the wall, to frighten and terrify them, in order that they might take the city. And they spoke of the God of Jerusalem, as they spoke of the gods of the peoples of the earth, which are the work of men's hands. Then Hezekiah the king and Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, prayed because of this and cried to heaven. And the Lord sent an angel who cut off all the mighty warriors and commanders and officers in the camp of the king of Syria. So he returned with shame of face to his own land. And when he came into the house of his God, some of his own sons struck him down there with the sword. So the Lord saved Hezekiah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem from the hand of Sennacherib king of Syria, and from the hand of all his enemies. And he provided for them on every side. And many brought gifts to the Lord in Jerusalem, and precious things to Hezekiah the king of Judah. So that he was exalted and a sign of all the nations from that time onward. In those days Hezekiah began sick and was at the point of death, and he prayed to the Lord, and he answered him and gave him a sight. But Hezekiah did not make return according to the benefit done to his house. Therefore wrath came upon the Lord and Judah and Jerusalem. But Hezekiah humbled himself with the pride and for his heart, for both he and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so that the wrath of the Lord did not come upon him in the days of Hezekiah. And Hezekiah had very great riches and honor, and he made for himself treasuries for silver, for gold, for precious stones, for spices, for shields, and for all kinds of costly vessels, storehouses also for the yield of grain, wine, and oil, and stores for all kinds of cattle and sheepfolds. He likewise provided cities for himself, and flocks and herds in abundance, for God had given him very great possession. The same Hezekiah closed the upper outlet of the waters of Gihon and directed them down to the west side of the employ of the princes of Babel, who had been sent to him to inquire about the sign that had been done. God left them to himself in order to test him and to know all that was in his heart. And the rest of the acts of Hezekiah and his good deeds, they are written in the vision of Isaiah the prophet, son of Amos, and the book of the kings of Judah and Israel. And Hezekiah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the upper part of the chamber of the sons of David. And all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem did him honor at his death. And Manasseh his son reigned in his place. Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 55 years in Jerusalem. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to the abominations of the nations where the Lord drove out of the people of all the people of Israel. And he rebuilt the high places that his father Hezekiah had broken down. And he erected altars to the Baals and made Asheroth and worshipped all the hosts of heaven and served them. And he built altars in the house of the Lord, on which the Lord had said, In Jerusalem shall my name be forever. And he built altars for all the hosts of heaven in the two courts of the house of the Lord. And he burned his sons as an offering in the valley of the son of Hinnom, and used fortune-telling and omens and sorcery, and dealt with mediums and with necromancers. He did much evil in the sight of the Lord, and breaking the intent, and the carved image of the idol that he had made, he set in the house of God, of which God said to David and to Solomon his son, In this house and in Jerusalem which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, I put my name forever, and I will no more remove the foot of Israel from the land that I appointed for your fathers. And if only they will be careful to do all that I have commanded them, of the Lord, the statutes and the rules given to Moses. And Manasseh left Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem astray, to do more evil than the nations whom the Lord destroyed before the people of Israel. And the Lord spake a message unto his people, but they paid no attention. Therefore the Lord wrote upon them the commanders of the army and the king of the king of Assyria, who captured Manasseh with hooks and bound him with chains of bronze, and brought him to Babel. And when he was in distress, he entreated the favor of the Lord his God, and humbled himself greatly before the God of his fathers. He prayed to him, and God was moved by his entreaty and heard his plea, and brought him again to Jerusalem into his kingdom. And Manasseh knew that the Lord was God. Afterward he built an outer wall for the city of David west of Gihon in the valley, and brought the entrance into the fish gate, and carried it around Ophel, and raised it to a very great height. He also put commanders of the army in all the fortified cities in Judah. He took away the foreign gods and the idol from the house of the Lord, and all the altars that he had built on the mountain of the house of the Lord in Jerusalem, and they threw them outside the sea. He also restored the altar of the Lord and offered on those sacrifices and peace offerings and thanksgiving. And he commanded Judah to serve the Lord, the God of Israel. Nevertheless, the people still sacrificed at the high places, only to the Lord their God. Now the rest of the acts of Manasseh and his prayer to his God, and the words of the seers who spoke to him in the name of the Lord, the God of Israel, and behold, they are in the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. And his prayer, and how God was moved by his entreaty, and by all his sin and his faithlessness. And the sites on which he built high places and served Asherim and the images, behold, he humbled himself, and behold, they are written in the Chronicles of the seers. So Manasseh slept with his father, and they buried him in his house. And Amon his son reigned in his place. Amon was 22 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 2 years in Jerusalem. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and as Manasseh his father had done. Amon sacrificed all the images, and Manasseh his father had and said, and he did not humble himself before them. And Manasseh his father had humbled himself, but this Amon incurred guilt more and more. His servants conspired against him, and put him to death in his house. But the people of the land struck down all those who conspired against King Amon. And the people of the land made Josiah his son king in his place. And Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 31 years in Jerusalem. And he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, and he walked in the ways of David his father, and he did not turn aside to the right hand or to the left. For in the 8th year of his reign, while he was yet a boy, he began to see the Lord God of David his father. And in the 12th year he began to purge Judah and Jerusalem of the high places, the Asherim, and the carved and the middle images. And they chopped down the altars of the Baals in his presence, and cut down the incense altars that stood above him. And they broke in pieces the Asherim and the carved and the middle images. And he made dust of them and scattered it over the graves of the families and of those who had sacrificed him. He also burned the bones of the priests on their altars, and cleansed Judah and Jerusalem, and seized Manasseh, Ephraim, and Syria, and as far as Naphtali, and their ruins all over. He broke down the altars and beat the Asherim and the images into powder, and cut down all the incense altars throughout all the land of Israel. And then he returned to Jerusalem. Now in the 18th year of his reign, when he had cleansed the land and the house, he sent Shaphan the son of Azaliah, and Maaseiah the governor of the sea, and Joel the son of Joahaz the recorder, to repair the house of the Lord his God. They came to Hilkiah the high priest and gave him money that had been brought into the house of God, which the Levites, the keepers of the threshold, had collected from Manasseh and Ephraim, and from all the remnant of Israel, and from all Judah and Benjamin, and from the inhabitants of Jerusalem. He gave it to the workmen who were working in the house of the Lord. And the workmen who were working in the house of the Lord gave for repairing and restoring the house. He gave it to the carpenters and the builders to buy quarried stone, and timber for binders and beams for the buildings that the kings of Judah had let go to the right. And the men did the work faithfully. Over them were set Jahath and Obadiah the Levite, of the sons of Merari, and Zechariah and Meshullam, of the sons of the Kohathites, to have oversight the Levites, all who were skillful with the instruments of music, and were over the burden bearers, and directed all who did work in every kind of service. And some of the Levites were scribes and officials and gatekeepers, while they were bringing out the money that had been brought into the house of the Lord. Hilkiah the priest found the book of the Lord given through Moses. And Hilkiah answered and said to Shaphan the secretary, and I found the book of the Lord in the house of the Lord. And Hilkiah gave the book to Shaphan. Shaphan brought the book to the king. And the other reported to the king, all that was commanded to your servants they are doing. They have emptied out the money that was found in the house of the Lord. They have given it into the hand of the overseers and the workmen. And Shaphan the secretary told the king, and Hilkiah the priest has given me a book. And Shaphan read from it before the king. And the king heard the words of the Lord. He tore his clothes. And the king commanded Hilkiah, the son of Shaphan, Elden, the son of Micah, Shaphan, the secretary, and Isaiah, the king said, say, go inquire for the law for me and for those who are left in Israel and Judah. And concerning the words of the book that has been found, for great is the wrath of the Lord that is poured out on us, because our fathers have not kept the word of the Lord, to do according to all that is written in the book. So Hilkiah and the king is sent, went to hold of the prophetess, and the wife of Sham, son of Chalcath, son of Hasrah, keeper of the wardrobe. And he spoke to her that effect, and she said, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, tell the men who sent you to me, thus says the Lord, behold, I will bring disaster upon this place and upon its inhabitants, all the curses have been in the book that was read before the king of Israel, and before the king of Judah, because they have forsaken me and have made offerings to other gods. They might provoke me to anger with all the works of their hands. And therefore my wrath will be poured out in this place, and thus shall he say to you, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, regarding the words that when you heard his words against this place and its inhabitants, and you have humbled yourself before me, and have turned your face and back before me, I also heard you, declares the Lord, behold, I will gather you to your fathers, and you shall gather to your grave in peace, and your eyes shall not see all the disaster that I will bring upon this place and its inhabitants. And they brought back word to the king. Then the king said, and gathered together all the elders of Judah and Jerusalem. And the king went up to the house of the Lord with all the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and all the priests and the Levites, all the people, both great and small. And he read in their hearing all the words of the book of the covenant that had been found in the house of the Lord. And the king stood in his place and made a covenant before the Lord, to walk with all of the people, and to keep his commandments and his testimonies and his statutes, with all his heart and with all his soul, and to perform the words of the covenant that were written in this book. And he made all who were present in Jerusalem and in Benjamin join in. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem did according to the covenant of God, the God of their fathers. And Josiah took away all the abominations from all the territory that belonged to the people of Israel, and made all who were present in Israel serve the Lord their God. All the days they did not turn away from following the God of their fathers. Josiah kept a Passover to the Lord in Jerusalem, and he slaughtered the Passover lamb on the 14th day of the first month. They appointed the priests to their offices and encouraged them in the service of the house of the Lord. And he said to the Levites who taught all Israel, and who are holy to put the holy ark in the house that Solomon the son of David king of Israel built. You need not carry it on your shoulder. Now serve the Lord your God, O people of Israel. Repay your service according to your father's houses by your division, as prescribed in the writing of David king of Israel. And the gold document of Solomon is said, and stand in the holy place according to the groupings of the father's houses of your brothers the Levites, and according to the division of the Levites by father's houses. And slaughter the Passover lamb, and consecrate yourselves, and prepare for your brothers, to do according to the word of the Lord by Moses. And Josiah contributed to the lay people with Passover offerings for all who are present, lambs and young goats from the flock, to the number of 30,000 and 3,000 bulls. These were from the king's possession. His officials contributed willingly to the people, to the priests, and to the Levites. Hilkiah, Zechariah, and Jehiel, the chief officers of the house of God, gave to the priests in the Passover offering 2,600 Passover lambs and 3,000 bulls. Kenani, and Shemaiah, and Nathanael, his brothers, and Hashabiah, and Jael, and Josaphat, the chiefs of the Levites, gave to the Levites for the Passover offerings 5,000 lambs and young goats, and 500 bulls. And the service had been prepared for the priests in their place, and the Levites in their divisions, according to the king's command. And they slaughtered the Passover lamb, and the priests threw the blood that they received from them, while the Levites flayed the sacrifices. And he says that the burnt offering that they would distribute them according to the groupings of the father's houses of the lay people, to offer to the Lord, as is written in the book of Moses. And so they did with the bulls, and they roasted the Passover lamb with fire according to the book. And they brought the holy offerings in pots and portions and in pans, and carried them quickly to all the lay people. And afterwards they prepared for burning. And afterwards they prepared for themselves and for the priest. They test the priest, the sons of Aaron, offering no burnt offering and the fat parts until night. So the Levites prepared for themselves and for the priest, the sons of Aaron, and the singers, the sons of Asaph, were in their place according to the command like Jacob and Isaac and Judah, and Jonathan the king's seer, and the gatekeepers were at each gate. They did not need to depart from their service. All their brothers from the eye prepared for them. So all the service of the Lord was prepared that day to keep the Passover and to offer burnt offerings on the altar of the Lord, according to the command of King Josiah. And the people of Israel who were present kept the Passover every day. And the feast of unleavened bread 7 days. No Passover like it had been kept in Israel since the days of Samuel the prophet. Now the kings of Israel had kept such a Passover as was kept by Josiah, and the priests and the Levites and all Judah and Israel who were present, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. In the 18th year of the reign of Josiah, this Passover was kept. After all this, when Josiah had prepared the temple, Necho king of Egypt went up to fight at Carchemish on the Euphrates. And Josiah went out to meet him. Now he sent envoys to him, saying, What have we to do with each other, King of Judah? I am not coming against you this day, but against the house with which I am at war. And God has commanded me to hurt cease opposing God who was with me, and thus he destroyed. Nevertheless, Josiah did not turn away from him, but disguised himself in order to fight with him. He did not listen to the words that came from the mouth of God when it came to fight in the plain of Megiddo. And the archers shot King Josiah. And the king said to his servants, Take me away, for I am badly wounded. So his servants took him out of the chariot and carried him in the second chariot, and brought him to Jerusalem. And he died and was buried in the tomb of his father. All Judah and Jerusalem mourned for Josiah, and Jeremiah uttered a lament for Josiah. And all the seeing men and seeing women have spoken of Josiah in their laments to this day. And they made these recordings, and behold, they are written in the laments. Now the rest of the acts of Josiah and his good deeds according to what is written in the book of the Lord. And his acts first and last, behold, they are written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah. And the people of the land took Jehoahaz the son of Josiah and made him king in his father's place in Jerusalem. Jehoahaz was 23 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months in Jerusalem. And the king of Egypt deposed him in Jerusalem, and laid on the land a tribute of 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. And the king of Egypt made a league to his brother King over Judah and Jerusalem, and changed his name to Jehoiakim. Necho took Jehoahaz his brother and carried him to Egypt. Jehoiakim was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord his God. And against him came up Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, and bound him in chains to take him to Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar was to carry a part of the vessels of the house of the Lord of Babylon, and put them in his place in Babylon. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim, and the abominations that he did, and all that were found against him, behold, they are written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah. And Jehoiachin his son reigned in his place. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he became king, and he reigned 3 months and 10 days in Jerusalem. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. In the spring of the year, King Nebuchadnezzar sent and brought him to Babylon with the precious vessels of the house of the Lord, and made his brother Zedekiah king of Judah. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. He did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. He was God. He did not harm himself before Jeremiah the prophet, who spoke from the mouth of the Lord. He also rebelled against King Nebuchadnezzar, who made him swear by God. He stiffened his neck and hardened his heart against him to the Lord, the God of Israel. All the officers of the priests and the people likewise were exceedingly unfaithful, following all the abominations of the nation, and they polluted the house of the Lord that he had made holy in Jerusalem. The Lord God their father sent persistently to them by his messengers, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they kept mocking the messengers of God, despising his words and scoffing at his prophets, until the wrath of the Lord rose against his people, until there was no remedy. Therefore he brought up against them the king of the Chaldees, who put the young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion on young men or virgin, old men or any. He gave them all into his hand, and all the vessels of the house of God, great and small, and the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king and of his princes, all these he brought to Babylon. And they burned the house of God, and broke down the walls of Jerusalem, and burned all the houses of God, and destroyed all his precious vessels. He took them to exile in Babylon, those who escaped from the sword. And it became servants to him unto his son, until we fellowship that the king might perish, to fulfill the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah, until the man had enjoyed his Sabbath. All of those days later, 28 Sabbath, to fulfill 70 years. And on the first year of Cyrus king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus king of Persia, so that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and also put it in writing. Thus says Cyrus king of Persia, the Lord, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and has charged me to build in the house of Jerusalem. And I have chosen Judah, whoever is among you, and who of all his people may the Lord his God be with him. Let him go up. Proverbs 3. My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. So lengthen days and years of life and peace they'll add to you. Let not steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart, so you will find favor and good success in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. And in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make you straight your path. Do not wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord, and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh, and refreshment to your body. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your flesh. And your barns will be filled with honey, and your vats will be bursting with wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, or be weary of his reproof. The Lord is him whom you love, and the Father and the Son whom he delights. Blessed is the one who finds wisdom, and the one who gets understanding. For the drunken has better than the gift from silver, and the prophet better than gold. She is more precious than jewel, and nothing reaches out in the character. All life is in her right hand, and the left hand are riches and honor. Ways are ways of pleasantness, and one path of peace. She is the tree of life too. Those who lay hold of her, those hold fast a corpse. The Lord by wisdom found the earth, by understanding he established the heavens. There is life of peace for everything, and the power of technology. My son, do not lose out these. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, and there will be life for your soul, and they adorn with free and neck. And you will walk your way securely, and your foot will not stumble. If you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden terror, or of the whirlwind trials, for the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being cold. Do not withhold care from those to whom it is due, and it is your power to do it. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come again. Tomorrow I'll give it when you have it with you. Do not plan evil against your neighbor who dwells trustingly beside you. Do not contend with a man for no reason when he has done you no harm. Do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways. While the deepest person is abomination to the Lord. But the upright are in his confidence. The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, when he blesses the dwelling of the righteous. To the scorners he is scornful, but to the humble he gives grace. The wise will inherit honor, but the fools get disgrace. Psalm 8. And Lord our Lord, how majestic is your name on all the earth. You have set your glory about the heavens, out of the mouth of babies and infants. You have established strength because of your foes, to still the enemy and the avenger. When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the blade of the staff which you have set in place. What is man that you are mindful of him, and the son of man that you care for him? Yet you have made him a little lower than the heavenly beings, and crowned him with glory and honor. You have given him dominion over the works of your hands. And you put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, and also the beasts in the field, the birds of the heavens, and the fish in the sea, and whatever passes along the paths of the sea. O Lord our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Now this night I should not do the Lord's prayer. Please bow your heads, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Give us the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.